When the time comes to decide the winners of the Carbuyer New Car Awards, we've got a pretty decent idea, weeks, if not months in advance, of what's hot and what's not. And, well, this year is no different. We've tested some, well, pretty good cars of late. Big cars, small cars, petrol cars, and of course, electric cars. So whether you want something premium or practical or both, this is where you need to be. Over the next 5 or 10 minutes, we're going to run you through the very greatest all-rounders, whatever you're after, whatever your budget. And if new's not your thing, well, we'll have the used car winners very soon. So keep an eye on carbuyer.co.uk for those. So do us a favour, subscribe to the channel, sit tight, grab a cuppa, and well, welcome to the 2024 Carbuyer New Car Awards. Now, as is normal, we're going to start roughly one end of the market and work our way up. And while there aren't quite as many small cars to choose from as there once was, profitability or lack of has held things back a little bit there, it's still a competitive part of the market.
And yet, while small is the name of the game for our best small car for 2024, our winner, the Skoda Fabia, is anything but small on the inside. In fact, anyone in the market for a Volkswagen Golf or Vauxhall Astra should look long and hard at one of these. Loads of space, plenty of kit, plus punchy, economical engines. It's a worthy winner.
But some people want something a bit bigger. They want something with more presence. And well, I can't think of many new cars with more, whoa, what was that, than the new Hyundai Kona.
Style as well as substance, the old one was great and the new one is even better. Spacious, refined, more upmarket. Futuristic looks and a choice of electric power should you want it. It's our best small family car for 2024.
And while we're on the subject of family cars, we're well aware that sometimes you need a bigger boot or extra seats, all while keeping a lid on spending. Is there one car that can do it all? We reckon so. The Dacia Jogger is the best car in this part of the market.
Massive inside and seating for up to 7, it's more appealing than ever. Now it comes with the option of a hybrid powertrain and an automatic gearbox. Whisper it, but we reckon that most people will be better off sticking with the basic petrol engine. But being given the choice can only be a good thing. Ladies and gents, the Dacia Jogger is Carbuyer's best family car.
Stick with us, folks, because this is our last family car award, I promise. Naturally, we're moving up a size again and morphing into a more practical SUV body, whilst also sprinkling a few simply clever features into the mix. Believe it or not, this car is going to be replaced in the next few months, but still it is our undisputed large family car champion. It's the Skoda Kodiaq.
For the money, little comes close. Sure, there's no fuel-sipping EV or PHEV, but the engine range is still strong and the cabin is beautifully ergonomic, no matter which of the 7 seats that you're sat in. Quality is excellent and there's very little to fault when it comes to the driving experience, a great all-rounder.
As all of our winners are, actually, and as we roll from best large family car to best estate car, we're sticking with Skoda. I'm sorry, but these guys and girls really do know how to put the user first. And if you want all of that load space, but are put off by the size or the shape of an SUV, then the Skoda Octavia is well worth a look.
A vast boot, a lovely smooth drive, strong engines that are more than up to the job of lifting a heavy load, and again, all the simply clever features that Skoda is renowned for. The Skoda Octavia is our top estate car again.
But what if you're in the fortunate position to be able to run a car through work? Company cars are still big business, and the tax rules mean that you'd be mad not to be considering a plug-in or fully electric car because the savings are that substantial. But historically, a company car is something of a status symbol. It's something that you need to be proud to roll into the company car park in, or spend hours on end driving up and down the motorway.
So, all things considered, if that sounds like you, then the Cupra Born for the 2nd year in a row is our favourite small company car. It's cool, quick, comfortable, and there's a choice of specs and batteries that means it's easy to choose the right car for you.
Okay, roll with me on this one. You're climbing the career ladder, you've got a promotion, you're starting a family. All this stuff comes at once, doesn't it? You need a new car, a bigger company car. You've read the reviews, you've watched our videos, but you knew it from the start, didn't you? It's a Tesla, isn't it?
That's right, there's simply too many plus points to Tesla ownership to ignore the pull of the Model 3, or in this case, the Model Y. Lower prices and therefore less tax, incredible efficiency, fantastic tech, and access to the all-conquering supercharger network. Tesla has taken the the car market by storm. And right now there is no better company car than a Model Y. We favour it over its saloon sibling thanks to its more practical rear end. You knew you wanted one already, we're just here to reiterate what a great choice it is.
And so we move to the other end of the new car spectrum, where it's less about lowering bills and more about how a car makes you feel. And yet, we're Carbuyer, so we're not about to recommend a low-slung, 1,000 horsepower, single-seat race car. No, we know you and we know why you trust us.
It's for that reason we stand by last year's choice, reaffirming and re-announcing the BMW 2 Series Coupe as our best sports car for 2024. Even if you don't need the rear seats, it remains a sharp-to-drive, usable all-rounder that's as entertaining in entry-level 220i form as it is in rocket ship M240i guise. There's no diesel anymore, but that's unlikely to matter. The reason it's gone is because so few people bought one.
And while we touched on practicality there, if you really want a fast car that can carry the kids, then you need to look at the burgeoning hot hatchback and hot SUV market. These next two categories have got you covered.
First up is our best hot hatch, which like a few of this year's winners is carried over from 2023. A Hyundai i20N just can't be beat. It's an absolute riot to drive, yet it will fit into your life, no questions asked. Practical, fast and affordable, it wants for nothing. But we can't ignore the market's seismic shift towards SUVs. So if you want the firepower of the i20N or even a little bit more, plus the usability that a crossover can bring, then you'll want to look at the Cupra Formentor. Negligible trade-off versus a traditional hot hatchback, loads of power, plus that all-important SUV style. The fact you can get one with an engine from a Golf R is merely the icing on the cake.
And on to one of my guilty pleasure categories. I love a convertible, and I don't care who knows it. So long as you've got a good heater, or better still, heated seats, and it's not raining, then the lid is coming off. And there is still no better car to do this in than a mini convertible. I don't know how many times this car has won this award. Feels like forever.
Okay, it's not the most practical, I wouldn't want to squeeze in the back for too long, and the boot is best described as a pillar box, but that's the case with almost every cabriolet. It's a dying breed, at least for the time being, but the Mini mixes fun, frugality, and a classless image to once again take our top title. It's our best convertible for 2024.
I feel a little bit like we're moving from pillar to post here, but next up is our best pickup truck, and genuinely one of my favourite cars I've driven all year. Granted, there aren't quite as many cars in this area of the market as there once were. I mean, it's not exactly ripe for electrification, is it? At least not yet. But once again, Ford has proven that it's the very best at building these rugged workhorses.
The all-new Ranger is more car-like than ever, as I hammered home when we reviewed it a few months ago. And while it's not quite as easy to justify as it once was from a taxation perspective, it's as capable as ever, with a huge load bed and plenty of handy features. The fact it comes with a whopping great touchscreen and a range of punchy engines is merely coincidental. It all adds up to an incredibly compelling package.
And on to the categories you have all been waiting for. Contrary to current hysteria, demand for electric cars isn't falling. Around 1 in 5 new cars is electric, and within a few years will be at 50% or more. So, if you're in the market for an EV, what are the very best cars on sale right now? Well, if we start at the bottom and work our way up, then it's impossible to ignore a throng of newcomers. This part of the market is brand new, so it's best you reset and forget everything you know. Legacy car makers?
Of course, that's not the reason the BYD Dolphin is our best small electric car. No, that's because it's compact on the outside, capacious on the inside. It's efficient, good to drive, loaded with tech, and the one you want, with the bigger of the two batteries and a decent spec sheet, comes in at a smidge over £30,000. That might not be micro money, but it's a lot less than you'll pay for the equivalent Corsa.
So if you're after something a little bit bigger and you want something that's a bit more adept at the high mileage stuff, motorway journeys, etc., then there really is no better family electric car than the MG4. The base car's a bargain, and you can even have one with over 400 horsepower.
We'd stick with the long range, or if mileage matters, the extended range model, as these probably offer the best bang for your buck. You get up to 323 miles on those with the biggest batteries, plus an engaging driving experience and decent long-distance comfort. The tech offering could be better, but the Apple and Android connectivity is on point, so there's always that to fall back on.
Our final electric car category is for those who value space above all else. And well, there really is no better car for the job than the Volkswagen ID Buzz, especially as there is a long wheelbase 7-seater version just around the corner.
Yep, cool as you like, but with the goods to back up those striking looks, this is a fantastic big EV. You can throw everything you need in the back for a week in Cornwall and still have room for 5 up front. Fast charging and a car, not van-like driving experience make it dead easy to live with, and and despite its size, it's not even that intimidating to thread down a country road. You want one, and so do I.
I've been saying it for an awful long time now, and I will continue to say it right up until the government bans petrol cars in 2035. That electric cars, they're not for everyone, at least they're not yet. And for that reason, hybrids make an awful lot of sense. The Honda Civic is the best of its type. The Honda Civic is our favourite hybrid car for 2024.
Practical, good to drive and alarmingly fuel efficient even without a plug, the new Civic hits the nail on the head. Better looking than before, its ergonomic interior is the perfect place to while away the hours without the need to stop and charge. If it suits your lifestyle, then this is the hybrid car to buy.
But if you can plug in at home or at work, but you also want an engine to fall back on every now and again, then a plug-in hybrid could be the car for you. What's more, with these cars getting bigger and bigger batteries all the time, you get more range, and in many cases, there's less tax to pay. If that sounds good, get yourself a Mercedes C300E.
Our best plug-in hybrid for the second year in a row, the C300E gets a stonking 62-mile official range and is as luxurious as you'd hope a mini Merc might be, especially when running around on battery power. You can even have it as a more practical estate. The Mercedes C-Class is our undisputed best plug-in hybrid for 2024.
But stepping up another size and onto another repeat winner, our best large plug-in hybrid is the Lexus NX. Okay, it's great plug or no plug. It's the NX 450h that we're focusing on here. Quiet, comfortable and efficient, that interior is something to behold.
So there you have it, the greatest cars on sale right now, in the categories that are most important to you, real car buyers. As ever, Carbuyer's got you covered whether it's something slight, something sporty, something posh or something practical. You can use the chapters in this video to watch back the categories you care about, or visit carbuyer.co.uk for all our latest reviews. Now, on to the big one.
Big one indeed, or not, as you are about to find out. The Carbuyer Car of the Year is always a fiercely fought contest, but with new brands, new models, new niches, this year was no different. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Carbuyer Car of the Year is the BYD Dolphin. And look, I'm not going to go into great detail as to why this is the most impressive car that we've driven in the last 12 months. There's a video review for that. But let me just take this opportunity to give you 3 reasons why the BYD is the best. The first one is price. This is a lot of car for the cash, okay? It's not as cheap as a Dacia Sandero, nor is it as cheap as our best small car, the Skoda Fabia, but this is electric. And if you can charge it at home, you'll save a fortune on running costs. Number 2, the interior. Okay, it might not be to all taste, but you cannot argue with the quality or the tech. Every car gets a rotating touchscreen with a grunty processor, plus Apple and Android connectivity. Number 3, space. You could fit an entire family in here, and even taller adults in the back. Add this to the rest of the package and you've got one of the most affordable, usable EVs that money can buy. This is Carbuyer's 2024 Car of the Year.
If you like this video, then make sure you subscribe to our channel where you can watch in-depth reviews of all the latest cars. Make sure you visit carbuyer.co.uk as well for more detail, plus tips, advice and all the latest deals. Thanks for watching.